Shopify breaking down from another bear flag. You see how it's surfing the 20-day on the downside? Just it was surfing the 20-day on the upside for years and years. It's like these lines matter. I don't know, not sure. Same with Roblox. TTD is the strongest one. This one bounced strongly, came up for air above the moving averages, and if you can base here for a few months, you know, this thing looks really good on the weekly and monthly. Big flag. It just needs time. What did Pradeep say about me in the video yesterday? Handsome? Nice. I look like a poor Bezos. Yeah, I heard it before. I have a big anaconda. Yep. I said one of the best. Nice. I'm the best trader. Speaks with a Russian accent. I don't think you've ever heard a Russian accent before. A lot of these stocks, you know, have been bouncing and now they're getting rejected. Look, many of them are already kind of taking another leg lower. It's a whack-a-mole market. Not a breakout market. This is more of a meaner version type of a market, both long, short. But having said that, some bases are forming. Not a lot of things, but some bases are forming. Yeah, hood is kind of flagging, but you know, is it a bull flag? Is it a bear flag? Is it a bottoming formation, or is it just gonna take another dump lower? Too early to tell. GitLab. Yeah, it's kind of flagging. It is. It bottomed. Got beaten down like all the other software high multiple names. It bounced and it's holding the bounce so far, surfing the 10-day. UL, well, it's going up, but there's no breakout here. Just a random candle. Where's the breakout? XME. Yeah, the metals mining. Man, I'm still kicking myself for not buying AA a couple of months ago when I saw this. It's up almost 50% now. Schlumberger, yeah, not bad. Actually, not bad. This ABNB is nice, but it needs to build a base here. This is setting up to be one of the leaders in the next bull run. UPST, it went up, now it's going down. I still don't know what they do. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. UPST, they make roller coasters. It says it's a credit services. Maybe they give credit to roller coaster builders. This DDOG too, it kind of feels like it's gonna be one of the leaders next bull run. Setting up, just the 20-day needs to catch up on this thing. A few more weeks. And also obviously we need a good market. But right now energy is obviously leading. Energy and commodities. Man, I got stopped out on NUGT yesterday. Oh, it just came right back. Oh well. Took a decent loss on it. Had some decent size. Two big regrets. Not buying PBR when it broke out. And also not buying AA. And selling ERX. Man, mistakes are already piling up. Don't worry, it's only February. You got all year making more of them. Thanks. I appreciate the pep talk. Thanks, man. AA was tough to hold. Well, not if you trade off the weekly. This is not a daily, you know, you shouldn't look at it on a daily. It's very choppy. It didn't dip. It was below the 50-day for 1 second. The opening print. NRGU, I was like literally $1 or $2 getting stopped out of this one yesterday. Thank God it didn't trigger. And I'm looking for another buy point on COPX and FCX. I'm half size on both, but I think both of them, you know, I mean, they're gonna make big moves. They're just breaking out of long bases. Big flags on the weekly and monthly. MU, yeah, another one. This thing wants to go higher. It just needs the 20-day, all these moving averages needs to catch up. Again, maybe in a few weeks. We need a flag. So definitely, some stocks, the ones that have come up for air and stay here, stay up, you know, build some bases. Those are the ones that are gonna be potential setups a few weeks or a month from now. Unless we, you know, the markets tank. But if the indices hold up, those could be potential trades going forward. Good to keep an eye on those. But right now, oil, gas, commodities are leading. No doubt about that. I wish I had bigger exposure to those, but you know. Save, it is flagging. Yeah, the moving averages need to, and it's holding above the 200 day, sorry. Had an EP, yeah, maybe a few weeks from now. Needs to base a bit more. But yeah, it's building a flag. Snow, yeah. Yeah, it's one of a, it's still, this one still has a crazy multiple, crazy price to sales. But it is holding up. It bounced and it's holding up, holding above the 200. It's kind of flagging here. But again, it needs time. Patience is key right now. You need them to form. You can't just jump in because they're kind of looking strong. They need to actually finish their flags. Build is another one. If we can flag here for a few more weeks, build a base, had an EP. It's another one. Could be a nice one going forward. You know, another one that came back is this China name, LI. Just came back to this range. It's in a big base here. If we can like EP or something, they have earnings in what, 2 weeks, right? Next week, a little bit more than a week. If we can EP from here, that would be crazy good. Tesla bear flagging. Yeah, I got stopped out of the short yesterday. It showed relative weakness for several weeks, and then suddenly it showed relative strength. ARK, yeah, I'm not sure. Is this a bottoming formation or is it a bear flag? Another bear flag. Like, I mean, I you know, a lot of these stocks kind of need another leg down. A lot of the Cathy Wood stocks, they need another leg down. Yeah, yep. That's what Snapchat did too. It gapped up, dipped, held the 20-day, and then it ripped higher. UPST. Gapped up, ripped, dipped. Oh yeah, holding below the 50. This thing actually has some room to get to the moving average. It's 30%. It's not gonna be a smooth ride, but market will be closed on Monday. Why? Oh, President's Day. Filio 2, another one. Look at these lines. Look at how it got rejected off the declining 50, and now it kind of looks like it wants another leg down. These things, they keep surfing the 2050 on the downside, and they keep surfing the 2050 on the upside. Carvana, yeah, exactly. W2, look at these things. They just can't get up for air. Look at Hood. Look how it's been surfing the 20-day on the way down. These things are, you know, shredded. This is why it's so important with sell rules. And also identifying trends in stocks. Identifying the path of least resistance. If UPST goes to 200 in the next week, I'll tweet Mark Minervini and ask him what they do. He has a suit, and he's often on CNBC. I'm sure he knows what what this company does. Guys with suits, they always know things. What, you can't hear me? It is stock UPST. I'm breaking up. Wait, guys, I need to fix my mic. Loans by using AI. So that's what they do. I just, you know, that's what their webpage says. So now we know that. Hey, I'm not trolling Mark. I'm just busting his balls. I'm not trolling him. We all make mistakes. TSI, a parabolic short? Absolutely not. It's only up 126%. It's a nano cap. It's nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of bear flags in the, you know, high multiple names. A lot of the names, they look like they want to take another leg lower. They sure do. And that's a good thing. That's what creates, that is what creates opportunity. Yeah, this is not the market for impatient people. Has nothing to do with experience. Well, you know, experience, you know, you have to gain experience somehow. Yeah, it had an EP, got rejected of the declining moving average, just like they all did, but it's kind of, you know, holding up. But yeah, again, it just needs time like the others. They need weeks. Best environment to learn? Well, it's a great environment to gain some experience. I think the best environment to learn is in a good trending market. So you can actually make trades and grow your account. Like if you start trading in an environment like this, lose all your money in 2 months, what have you learned? I'm not sure you can learn that much as a new trader. Well, the problem is a lot of traders, they don't really learn anything. They're like, where did all my money go? And they don't really reflect on why they lost the money. Because they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know about setups. They don't know about risk management, position, sizing, expectancy, market environments. They don't know these things. They're like, okay, I lost my money. The stock market is not for me. That's the problem. That was me. That was me the first year of trading. Exactly, the shorts. It was the shorts. They pushed down my stocks. Yeah, the market makers. The shorts and the market makers. It's ALB reports tonight. I'm looking at it. This one is, it's in the lithium space. Big base. If you can EP, man, it's gonna go to 350. 400. SLB going to 100? Yeah. Maybe. Man, I wish I'd seen it earlier. God damn. Someone alerted about it like when it was 41.50. I didn't want to buy it there. I would have wanted to buy it like low 41s. Powerful flag. Yesterday, the whole oil complex had a big gap down. This thing gapped below the 20, reclaimed instantly, built another higher low. Now, it wasn't as tight as I would usually like, but it doesn't really matter in these types of scenarios. This is a strong name. Yeah, there's a lot of reports. It's earnings season. There are big reports every day. This week and next week, there's a lot of estimate/calendar, I think. Yeah, quarter. So next week is a heavy earnings week, especially Friday. Looks like it's pretty heavy. You keep getting blown up. Well, I don't think you are like getting blown up. I think you blow yourself up. That's usually how it works. Instead of externalizing, you need to internalize it. That's when you can start changing for the better. Shopify is having a brutal bear flag breakdown here. Down 60% in what? 3 months? That's brutal. That is brutal. Not bad for a mega cap. Down 60% in 3 months. Nightscope. Yeah, had a big volume day the other day. It's actually breaking out of this flag on the 60-minute. Like these things can be great, like if you are a shorter term trader. It's gone now, but same thing with backed. You look for these explosive flags on the 60-minute, right? And then you look for a breakout out of that. Like here it had this flag. Here it had another range break. DVN, it's been on my watch list. It's in my scans. It's a momentum stock. It's been in my scans for months and months. It should be on everyone's scans. It's a momentum stock. Strongest sector. Like if you don't get a ton of oil gas names on your scans, you're doing something very wrong. And I saw they had earnings, and this one has been on watch for a flag break for a while. So now I only want follow through. I have a humble request to get this thing to 100 by the end of the month, and I'm willing to sacrifice David for this thing to get there. It's 80% of your scans. There you go. Then you're doing something right with your scans. It's too bad I don't trade fossil fuels. My conscience doesn't allow it in these times of climate catastrophe. Now the problem with that is it's selfishness disguised as conscience. Because your job as a trader is to make money and pay taxes. That's your only job, to make money and contribute to society. And if you don't like the profits from trading fossil fuels, you can donate to charity. So, you know, nice virtue signaling, but it just doesn't even make any sense. It's selfishness disguised as conscience. If you don't like the money, give it to charity. It's just a limiting belief, because these companies, they don't give a shit if you own their stock or not. If you buy it one day and sell it 3 days later, it doesn't make a difference to these companies. You may as well trade them and make the money, and if you don't like the profits, you give it to charity. You know, I don't get your logic. I really don't. Your account is minus 7%. You can't trade without fear of losing more. Cut your size by 90%. Trade one share, and that problem will go away. And when you feel like you're starting to get traction, you can go back to your usual size. Stock doesn't beat the expectation but still gaps up. You follow the price action and the volume. Because even if a company misses one quarter, the guidance can be very good. Happens all the time. But this is like a small cap, they don't always have guidance. You follow the price action. It gapped up over a nice base. You always follow the price action first. You know, there could be some comments on the conference call, some bullish comments. Like, more markets are forward looking. Even a stock can miss and still make a big move, make an EP and make bigger move. Because the market thinks, you know, the prospects are better than the past. That's how the market works. Price action first. Price action should always determine all your buying and sell decisions. Where would I get into CF? Well, I wouldn't. It's all over the place. It's very choppy. I bought Moss couple of like a month ago when it broke out here, because, you know, it had momentum and it was tight. CF is the same sector. What date was it? And I was looking at 1st of February. I was looking at CF2. It also broke out. No, wait. Yeah, here. But I just didn't like it. Thank God I didn't buy this one, because this one would have stopped me out. I bought Moss instead. And also Moss was more liquid. I just liked it more. It kind of had this uptrend, pulled back, undercut the rising 50, 100, reclaimed, tightened up at this breakout. CF... it kind of, I don't know, it just looked different. It didn't look as tight. And now it certainly doesn't look tight. Yeah, because UPST, yeah, exactly. UPST was a very neglected stock. And then it had this surprisingly good earnings report. Airbnb is kind of, you know, and UPST is coming off a long base, right? Airbnb is also coming off a long base, but it was already up, like, you know, straight up. So I would prefer for this thing to kind of pull back or go sideways for a few weeks or a month or something, and then look for the second leg up. I think this thing has a leadership potential for the next cycle. If we get the next bull cycle, maybe it will be the end of the world. I don't know. But if we get a next bull cycle in the markets sometime in the future, preferably within our lifetimes, I think Airbnb has leadership potential. All I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, UPST, this is the problem, absolutely. I think UPST has a lot of room. Like, you know, even from here, just to get to the 200-day, the sideways 200-day, that's like a 27% move. And the only moving average is declining is the 100, right? That's above it. And that's like 40% from here. It has room. It does have room. It's the reason I bought SNAP on the opening range highs too. Or not opening range highs. I kind of built it when it had this tight consolidation midday. I was like, you know what? To get to the 50-day, it had like a 15-16% move, and I was thinking, if you can clear the 50-day, the 100-day, that's sometimes they need a little bit of room. But Bill I passed on because it just, it had a lot of moving averages, but it kind of reclaimed those. And now I'm looking for a few weeks of sideways. Chris, any good resources on how you draw my trend lines? Yes, okay, let's see. How do I draw my trend lines? So look at something like DVAC. There's two reasons I draw trend lines. One is to set alerts. And two, to visualize trends and channels, okay? And sometimes, you know, 1 and 2 is the same thing, like in case of DVAC. You had a range here, I used it as an alert, because I wanted potentially add to the stock when it broke this range. And it's also been building higher lows. This line I just, you know, do for your sake, so you can see it's an uptrend. This is what you want this, you know, stock to, uptrending stock to do. Hold an uptrend. That's how I draw my trend lines. To see the trend, to visualize the trend. And usually how I draw it, I click, left click, I draw a line, and then I double tap the spacebar, and you get this trend line. I'm not even trolling, that's how I draw my trend lines. It's not rocket science. Just draw the fucking line to visualize a trend, or to set an alert. And sometimes it's the same thing. You can hold Control and use the mouse to draw it. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. You can do that too. I used to do it that way before, but somehow, for some reason I don't do it anymore. I kind of forgot about it. And here too, like, I had this trend line here on Moss as an alert, right? And sometimes the trend line kind of cuts through price. And it doesn't matter. You know, like something like Russell, right? It cuts through the price, like here it went above the trend line, but it doesn't matter, the trend is still the same. Alright guys, thanks for tuning, see you tomorrow.